Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's wonderful to see all these beautiful faces on this wonderful Sunday evening. We have an awesome presentation coming your way. We have a lot of information. It's going to be, well, a lot of information blown at you all at once. But trust me, you're going to learn something new in here. And it's just, we're here to give information for you. If it's not for you, totally fine, but I'm guessing it's going to be for someone that you know and love. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started here. Okay. What can you guys see?
Yeah, we can see you clicking on your PowerPoint. There you go.
There we go. I was like, oh gosh,
Yep.
technology, I swear sometimes, right?
Yeah,
It's-
but you're traveling, so you're
I
doing
know.
awesome.
I've never done this on my laptop, so bear with me,
Yep,
everyone. All
you're
right.
doing awesome.
So here we go. There we go, Tara. Started us off.
All right, so you guys are here tonight to hear about Life Vantage. We are an herbal health company. Um, this is one of our favorite slides because it says, I already know what giving up feels like. I want to see what happens if I don't. Jamie and I both have a pretty powerful testimony. It's very similar, but it happened on very different timelines. And we just want you all to know that these products work for everyone all the time. It just looks different for everyone. So,
All right. So these are my people. These are the people that I fight for. These are the people that I've been fighting for a very, very, very long time. So my journey started about 4 years ago. I was in a very, very, very dark place. I couldn't get out of bed. The days were long. My kids had some issues. I was constantly fighting for these guys. And within that, my husband, I couldn't fill his bucket. I couldn't fill my kids' bucket. And it was constant fighting. And I was praying for anything to happen to get to a point where I could get out of bed and be there for my children. And with starting with the products, there's a lot of products and we're going to talk about those in a little bit, but my journey was different. It was a slower progression because when I first started, there was products that weren't available as they are now. But as time went on, yeah, I felt a little better, but there still was a piece missing. Uh, when your husband has to peel you off the floor in your puddle of tears, it's not a fun thing because you know that you're not there for your husband, you're not there for your kids. And so now fast forward to what products have done, and we're going to talk about a collagen that we have, the first in the world activated collagen. That was the cherry on top for me. I see clearer now. I'm active, I'm happy, I'm less irritable, as my husband says. And I was like, I wonder if that's really, but I was like, you know what? I'll take that because that's a pretty positive thing when you're less irritable. You're not yelling at your kids or whatnot. But then what I didn't realize at that time was that there were people cheering me on. I saw the vision in the very beginning of what this business really could be, but I was sick. I didn't know what if I couldn't take care of myself, my kids, how was I supposed to help other people? And so I really needed to focus on my family. And so now, because I'm feeling so much better, I get out of bed with a zip and pep in my step. I am like ready to go. How are we going to tackle the day? How am I going to help people? And my kids, the results that my kids had from products and very different products. I mean, we have a huge testimony, and I don't need to get into all of them, but our whole family, just the five of us, had testimonies to products. And so I felt, well, if I have that, my family has that, I feel a moral obligation to tell people about it. And so now that I'm feeling 100% amazing, I get to share it with other people because I know that there's someone else out there that has the feeling of not having that hope, not wanting to get out of bed, not having the energy, and just brain fog, all of the things. I need to help those people. I want to be the hands and foot of God. Like that was a thing for me and a passion for me. And so here we get to do this with all these amazing people. You're going to meet Tera and get to hear her story. And it's something bigger than us, and it's something that we feel is something that we do need to share with others. So that's essentially my testimony. And again, I am just so blessed that I found what I have and what we have to share. Tara and I love this slide. Friends don't let friends have oxidative stress because we don't want them to have it. And some of you might be thinking, what's oxidative stress? We're going to get to that.
Absolutely. All right, here are my people, and this is my story. Oh my goodness. Okay, very similar to Jamie's, just in a shorter amount of time. So I was introduced to LifeVantage a little over a year ago, and the picture on the left is way before I was introduced to LifeVantage. This is actually a pretty generous picture. Things got considerably worse before they got better. But in the picture on the left, I was a fairly new mom. I was feeling all the things: overweight, overtired, over anxious, over medicated. I was over caffeinated. I was overwhelmed. I was over all the things. And I kept going into my primary care physician like we do after, having a baby within that first year or two, and just kept telling her, I don't feel right. I feel off. I'm feeling everything just really, really multiplied. So she kept upping my medication and telling me, this should help. This should help. I'll see you in another 6 weeks. And my medication kept going up, and I noticed the quality of my life kept coming down. And I wasn't okay with that. And I wasn't okay not showing up as the best version of myself for my husband, for our daughter, for my family and friends, and just in my community and for my job at the time. I wasn't feeling good. And I can just see it looking at myself. It just pains me. And when I was introduced to activation, I really had no idea. I was at my wit's end. I was willing to try anything. I refused to up my medication any longer. I wanted to try a more natural route. And I tell you what, I started activating, and I trusted the science behind the products. I didn't feel or see anything really that quickly. But like I said, I trusted the science, and I kept showing up, and I kept taking these activators every single day. And about 7 months into my activation journey is when we launched the world's first activated liquid collagen. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have tried so many collagens like this. What is going to be so much better about this one? Well, it was like one of the best things I have ever, taken in my life, because what you guys will learn throughout the slides is I was already activating that NRF2 pathway, just like Jamie was. We had been taking our activators. We had been building our cells back up, right? Cleaning up all the gunk in our systems. And then you insert like your single most important protein in your body, and our collagen helps us activate our bodies to make more collagen of its own. Like, it helps sustain, replenish, maintain. It was crazy. So about a month and a half later, I had taken this picture with my family, and then I looked at like prior to activation pictures and even pictures just a month and a half before then, and it was like clear to me. But not just, physical isn't just all that there is. There's so much going on inside of my body here, you guys, like my mental health, my gut health, my energy levels, my weight loss. Those are all just, I truly believe, a byproduct of what I've been doing at a cellular level. So this is where I am now, and I don't go a day without taking my activators. I know that.
Me either.
Right?
All right, we always like to have fun slides like this because we're fun like that. Keep calm and take Protandim, and we really truly believe that because this is a powerful product, and we'll definitely get into that. But I really want to go back to Tara and say how amazing she is, and the way she has stepped into sharing this with people. And we keep doing that and keep doing that over and over and over. You guys, this is a gift and it's a blessing to change lives. And it's so very powerful to be able to do that for people, and not, definitely not knowing what it could do for someone. And so we just want to keep sharing. Okay, so we're going to get into a little bit of the business of actually the company of LifeVantage and where we came from. And so back in 2003, we had come out with this flagship product, the Protandim, the NRF2. It was being sold on the box shelf, on box shelves like GNC, Rite Aid, but there was kind of a problem where it wasn't being sold. So if you have this high school kid sitting at the GNC, he's like, someone says, well, what is this Protandim? He goes, I don't know. And so it wasn't being sold like we needed it to be sold. And so we opened it up to marketing and have people like myself and Tara and others explain what it's doing, explain the science behind it, explain how it's working in the body. And so that's why we became an MLM. A lot of people say, oops, hold on.
What you were going to say, Jamie, was a lot of people are
Yep,
like, well, I don't really like MLMs, right? Is that where
yep.
you were going?
Yeah,
I don't
keep
like
doing that.
direct
I've got
sales.
computer stuff going on.
Yeah, I don't really like direct sales. I don't really trust MLMs. And I'm like, my response to them is, well, that's great because we haven't always been in direct sales. I mean, our product started in the hands of the scientists and the doctors. And one of the funniest stories that I forget to tell a lot of the time is Oprah Winfrey herself called Life Vantage and spoke with one of the scientists at the time and wanted this product on her show. They did not know who she was back then. So the product was not on her show. Oops, that could have been big for them.
Right.
That's when they realized they're like, okay, scientists are not the people that should be trying to sell our product to people. They need to get people like Jamie and myself, Aaron, people who have a testimony, people who have studied the science behind the product, and people who are just maybe a little, I don't know, a
Yep.
little better at
Yep.
sales than a scientist.
And so apparently my video wants to play before I was ready, but must have hit something. So I apologize for that. But essentially what this video is ABC Primetime went in and, asked us questions about, our company and what we were doing. And basically what the ABC wants to do is kind of go in and debunk and say, well, what are you doing? You're claiming you're doing this, but are you really doing this? And the joke was kind of on them because we do what we say we're doing. We're lowering oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. That's a really big number. And so people, so I'm going to show you the video here in a second, but it just explains what they were trying to do, and you'll just get more information. Then we'll talk further about everything else.
No, there's no sound again, Jamie, and I think it does that right away at the beginning for you. I don't know what your trick is, but
Okay. Sorry, guys.
when,
I'm not a computer tech person, but it makes me real, right?
yeah, it's kind of
Oh,
when you pause it and start it again, it usually works.
all right. I think I got it here.
Breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So, just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. And I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
LifeVantage began in a lab with a single powerful scientific discovery. A discovery that proved that people around us have more capacity, potential, and ability within them than we have been led to believe. At LifeVantage, we can no longer accept the limits of the human condition. So we began introducing the world to biohacking. The idea that you can be better today than you were yesterday. That you can take control of your own biology. That your health doesn't have to decline as you get older. You don't have to simply accept the hand you've been dealt. In just a few short years, LifeVantage has brought biohacking to the mainstream, shortening the gap between cutting-edge scientific research and the customer. Every day in research labs around the world, we are learning how much more our bodies can do for us if we only flip the right internal switches. So we're creating products that flip those switches. And we're doing it with a dedication to quality and safety and a different approach to selling those products. Sure, we could have gone the expected route. Sold our products on big box shelves just like everyone else. In fact, at first we did just that. But we realized something. Our product sales were fueled by word of mouth and personal success stories, not marketing dollars. So we stopped paying big box stores and started paying our customers for what they were already doing, which allowed us to eliminate the gamble of traditional advertising in favor of performance-based payouts. And in the process, we ended up turning biohacking into a movement, empowering women, minorities, and all entrepreneurs to break societal barriers and realize what they're capable of, fueled by the power of a leveraged income. From 127 biohackers when we began to over 1 million in less than a decade. The movement has become a global phenomenon with no signs of slowing down. And our products aren't the only way we're investing in human potential. We're creating hardworking technology using AI, machine learning, and mobility to make it as easy to run a LifeVantage business as it is to take an Uber.
Welcome to the LifeVantage app.
Because of that first profound discovery, we are fiercely dedicated to helping others see what we have seen, to see the immense potential in those around us. It's an inspiring way to see the world. It's why the biohacker movement continues to grow at a blistering pace. It's why giving back to our communities is a fundamental core belief. And it's why in a few short years, we have expanded into 15 countries and counting and grown from one groundbreaking nutrigenomic product to over 20. It's why we now have relationships with CEOs, sports teams, and influencers. It's why LifeVantage has grown from $3 million in revenue our first year to closing in on $250 million. And it's why we will never stop. Because to change the way the world sees, you can't merely settle for different. You have to be better and engineer a world of potential in the process.
Okay, so that right there just kind of sets the stage as far as what we're going to kind of talk about with oxidative stress and what that's doing to our bodies. As you can see in this slide, oxidative stress our bodies are being compounded with, just bombarded with tons of things every single day. Everyone has oxidative stress. But if you bring down your oxidative stress, it gives your body a fighting chance to be able to sustain the aging process. And so we talk about the aging process, we talk about different pathways that the NRF2 has, the NRF1 and the NAD. And so as we age, things start to slow down. As we know, our energy levels go down, but our bodies are able to kind of fight through that. And so as we kind of keep going, we'll discuss a little bit more on different things. But as a company, we are not here to claim, mitigate, prevent of any types of disease or illness. We have to put that out there because we can't say that. But we can say, there's always something we can try to see what it's going to do in your body, because we can say that our oxidative stress is lowered by 40% in 30 days, and that this product works 100% of the time in 100% of mammals. And people say, well, if it's working 100%, but it's going to look different for everyone. I like the slide because it kind of breaks it down and makes it very kindergarten-like, and that's how my brain works. So when we have our apple and our apple oxidizes as it gets oxygen, it starts to break down and starts to wear out. Our cells are the same way. As our cells, as we age, our cells start to do that as well. And so what our products are doing are getting into the cells and cleaning up all the gook, getting rid of the garbage and cleaning it out so our cells can function at an optimal level. With this one, when we talk about activation, we are an activation company, as Tara said, activating the body to do what it's meant to do natural. We're giving our body nutrients, or the biohacking, as you can say, and it's hacking into our genetic code to be able to do what we want it to do. Joe McCord, he put the synergistic effect with the Protandim product. It took him 40 years to get the synergy right. And in the next slide I'll show you is that there's like green tea, turmeric. There's a lot of those products that people take on a daily basis. People will say, well, I'm taking turmeric, I'm taking green tea. Well, that's wonderful, but the synergistic effect is what we really want. And we're not saying stop those products by any means. We just would say that you want to take them away from taking your product, but that's another thing we can talk about. But this here is basically saying what our body, on the left side where you can see you'd have to eat that many oranges to just get rid of one free radical. You can't do that. We physically can't do that. I'm not saying stop taking your oranges, but I am saying that our product is huge for making our own antioxidants, which is what we can claim. It is upping our glutathione by 300%. Your glutathione is your most powerful antioxidant in your body. So when we talk about activation versus supplementation, we're activating our glutathione to do its own thing, to make its own antioxidants. So I'm going to let that sink in for a second. A lot of people just don't understand that part. Well, people say, I take antioxidants. Well, your body can make them. This is cleaning out that pathway and making our body make its own. It's also, like we had said, lowering our oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days, which I had said. And we talk about inflammation. People say, well, oxidative stress, I don't really understand that. It's another word for inflammation. Everybody's body has a lot of inflammation, and we can lower that. We can help your body feeling better. We have a lot of people that get a lot of energy from being activated, and that's going to kind of go into our next slide as well. But there's just people that say, oh, I just had the like I did, like Tara did. We just didn't have that optimal go. And we're not, I mean, we're old, but we're not that old, right? We should have a little bit of energy. So in our Protandim NRF1, this is regulating our mitochondria by 70%. Our mitochondria are our body's energy source. So if our energy isn't there, we just don't feel good. We don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to go do the things that you normally do. We have a lot of athletes that go on product that say my workouts are so much better. We have dads coming home and not being, the day is just like, oh, they can come home and play with their kids. They have that extra energy to get them through the entire day, not just part of your day. All right, the NAD is another pathway of aging, and what the NAD deals with is your sirtuin levels. People say, well, what's sirtuin levels? Sirtuin levels are your body's, I guess I should say, as we start to age, our sirtuin levels go down at about 60, when we're about 60, and it's another energy source. But what the NAD is doing is it's actually telling our cells to say, okay, turn on that switch. I want you to keep doing what you're doing. Even though you're getting older, we still want to turn on that switch. And so we have a lot of people that find a lot of energy from this one as well. Let's see, I know there was something I wanted to say on this slide. What was it?
Do you want to talk about the NAD being kind of like our fasting in a bottle as well, you
Yes,
guys?
go for it, Tara.
People,
I knew I was
yeah,
missing
I was
something.
going to say, people really report back to me rather quickly, and they're like, oh my gosh, I only ate 3 meals today. I didn't eat breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, supper, snack. They're like, my 3 meals like got me through the day. And that's amazing. That's a huge win for me, especially when said person is struggling with their weight. and getting through the day just with their 3 meals. That's huge. So we call it our fasting in a bottle because it kind of like revs up that metabolism. It kind of like suppresses your appetite. And just really tells the other activators, like Jamie usually says, giddy up and go. Let's get things done quicker in the body. Like NRF2 alone, our flagship product, is amazing. But when you put in the NAD and the NRF1, that's what we call our tri-synergizer. And that's what I take every day. And it comes in a little packet, which is so easy to take. I set out 7 of them a week, so I don't have to question, did I or didn't I take it? Take them in the morning and I get on with my day. So
Yes, and as Tara mentioned, good for metabolism, cardiovascular, blood pressure, all of those types of things. But one thing I do want to mention too is when we take them, when we talk about the Tri-Synergizer all together, it's actually giving your body. If you take the NRF1 on its own, yes, it can have tremendous results. We always say that our side effects are sleeping better, just a little bit more energy. There's just a lot of things that come from that. But when you put all of 3 together, it's like 838% better of your body being able to fight through some stuff. And so that's really good to kind of point out because they're working together synergistically. All right, we do have patents on our products. People probably say, well, why do we have that? Well, it actually has protected us in quite a few different scenarios. We do have a skincare line. There was someone, I don't know, I can't remember the brand or whatnot, but they put out something very similar or tried to, but it infringed on our patent. So these patents are protecting our products, and people are really starting to wonder, what are we doing and how we're doing it. And so it's really interesting, which goes into this. I love this slide. I'm not a sciencey person. My husband is very much so science. So when I said, hey, let's check out LifeVantage, he's like, let's not, because all those things like an MLM, well, people can outrank us, and we'll talk about that later. But PubMed, if you are a doctor or if you're anybody in the healthcare industry, you know what PubMed is. PubMed is where we go to get our scientific data. We go to get those sciencey type things. We can go in there and look up oxidative stress with an ailment. We can look up NRF2 with your ailment. You look in there and you'll find probably quite a few in there that really will discuss what to really, that it's not good for our body. And so we also have 28 plus, I think we're up to like 30 some, I think. There's just always constantly studies going on, but we have 30 studies in PubMed for a natural product is unheard of. It is lucky to even get one for a natural product to be in PubMed. We have 30, you guys. That's a lot of, that's a lot. So as you can see at the bottom, you can see different universities who are seeking us out and really trying to, let's see, let me see. If you could mute yourself, I'm not sure. There we go. Sorry, distraction. These companies and universities are seeking us out, and they're putting thousands and millions of dollars into our products to see what we're doing. And it's really kind of helping us out because the studies that are coming out are pretty phenomenal. And Tara, I don't know if you wanted to add anything to that.
Well, you mentioned there's we have 28 to 30 peer-reviewed studies, and only 2 of those are done by us, proving that what we're claiming to do is legit. So that is so cool. All these other people are spending their time and their money. Look at American Heart Association. I mean, they need to figure out, they're trying to figure out what the heck, like, how are we lowering people's blood pressure? How are we kicking people out of heart disease? Like, I mean, just like things like that. I think we can say that because they're literally looking into it. Like, how is this happening? We need to figure this out. Harvard, I mean, National Institute on Aging, just to name a few. Those are big. That's huge. Mayo Clinic.
I will talk about this study quick, but they were talking about MS, and there was a product, and I don't remember the name of it. And they did actually a study and compared the two. And our product is, well, we'll just say they did the NRF2, it's $50. And they compared it to another one that was $3,000 a month, you guys, $3,000 with a list of side effects. And then we have ours where our side effects, like I said, we're sleeping better energy, different things like that. And it outperformed by, I want to say like 18%, or don't quote me on the percent, but it was a high percentage. And so it's just kind of proving and showing how powerful our products really are. All right, who's drinking Axio? Because it's pretty awesome. So Axio is one of our energy drinks, and people say, well, what's the comparison? It gives us that brain clarity. I can't believe if I'm not drinking my Axio, my brain is all over the place. It slows it down. It makes you really think through. Brain fog's going away. It's wonderful for so many different things. We've had kids who just, have impulse control issues, can't focus, running around all crazy, and we put them on Axio, and their writing is better. They're clear, they can focus on things. The teachers say, what's going on? What did you change? We're having a lot of things with that. And then pairing them up with the NRF2, pairing it up with a lot of other products is really, really amazing.
I think it's important for people to know that there's a decaf option as well, because sometimes people hear like, oh, energy, like I can't do caffeine. And I know caffeine, some people are really sensitive to caffeine, but the decaf is just as powerful with that brain, that, lifting that brain fog and that focus, just without that energy punch. But you don't get a crash either from that clean energy, which is
Yes, I was
awesome.
just gonna say that with the crash.
Mhm.
I know that there's a lot of college kids who will drink the caffeinated during the day, and then when they have to study and they want to focus, they'll do the decaf. But then when they're finally like, "Yep, I'm done," they're not still getting that buzz from whatever other
Mhm.
stuff they were drinking, and then they're able to actually fall asleep. So it's pretty fun to watch too.
Yeah.
All right, here comes the big collagen. This is something we are really, really seeing tremendous results. It has been unreal. And both Tara and I have pretty powerful testimonies. But one thing I want to say before Tara gets into it is something with I was excited for the collagen because of what it did. Like I said, it was that cherry on top. Pharmaceuticals don't work well for me. I'm not here to bash pharmaceuticals. There's a time and a place for things like that. But for me, I just didn't work. And when I saw the mental change for myself, I was so thankful when I said I could get out of bed, and my mental health was so much better. But on top of that, people always think hair, skin, nails, all of that. That was an added bonus. I lost 50% of my hair to COVID. It's all back thicker and amazing. And you'll see my face as well. And so, yeah, I'm glad that the wrinkles are much less, but the mental clarity was one that I am so grateful for.
For sure. Oh my gosh. And for me too, like I wasn't completely excited about the collagen. So Erin, who's on this call, is the one who introduced me to activation in the first place. Bless her. I was excited about that and ready to try that. But when this collagen came out, I mean, she was like on fire about it. And she's like, it's the world's first activated collagen. And like, you've got to try this. And I was like, I don't know. I looked at the price and was like, no, why is it so expensive? And then she gave me the whole list of like, well, this is the world's first activated and it does this and this and this. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I have tried so many collagens. Oh my gosh, do I dare try another one? The ones that you have to mix, the powdery ones, the chalky ones, the milky ones, the messy ones, the yuck, yuck, yuck. Boy, am I glad I tried this one. They showed up in these beautiful little individual glass bottles. You literally just shake them up and shoot it down. It tastes like apple juice each day, and you go on with your day. And right here, this little slide says that only 5% of serotonin is made in the brain. Think about this for a minute, you guys. The other 95% is made in your gut. And what this collagen is doing for people is healing their gut. People that have like leaky gut issues, people that have digestion issues, like, they eat a certain food and they get just bloated where they have to unbutton their pants, or they have to run to the bathroom, or they don't go to the bathroom for a week. That's gut health, you guys. And that's tied directly to your brain. Your gut is your other brain. And I never really thought of it that way. I thought, collagen, hair, skin, nails, whoop-de-doo. I'm in my 30s. I'm not worried about that yet. Holy moly. Did this rock my world when I started it? Like from the end of June, like I showed you guys that picture, to August, people were like, what are you doing? And I was like, what am I doing? What is happening? Because my mood is different. I'm showing up differently. I have more energy. So it's pretty amazing stuff, you guys. And when it boils down to like about $4 a day, I was like, I don't know, people are going through Starbucks once, twice a day. People are going through fast food. I can cut little places to make this $4 a day work, because I am going to afford what's important to me.
And it's flying off the shelves, you guys. This is one of our top products aligned with the NRF2. It is flying off the shelves, and we are seeing so many things from, like you said, the brain, the gut, the skin, the hair, all of the things. It's just awesome. So these are my My beautiful eyes. Just kidding. No one ever likes taking this
They
pictures. Let's be
are.
honest, right? And so as you can see on the left, like that was my before, and on the next to it is my after, and then the top one is my before, and I should probably label that, and my after is the below. But you can see like it almost it lifts, like it just I didn't even notice it until someone pointed out. They're like, my your eyes are, So it's just yeah. So I'm excited to be activated. Clearly, that's why I'm here. Here's
Super
Miss
stoked.
Tara.
Oh my gosh, you guys, for me too. So I had to show like a picture because in the picture on the left from February of last year, that's me activating, you guys. I was taking my Trust Energizer faithfully every day, trusting that it was working inside of my body. But I still wasn't like seeing anything, okay? I was feeling little bursts of energy. I was starting to show up a little differently. Things were starting to feel better. Looking at myself today, I'm like, what happened? Holy cow, like we're not even a year out. And I look at my skin, my mood, my eyes. I don't know, they look like happy and alive and glowing. It's crazy, the transformation. And then over on the right hand side, on the left was the first day that I started my liquid collagen on June 22nd. I don't have the date on there, but I remember it because it was the first day of our county fair. And I just took that picture on the right, the beginning of November. So I don't know, like it's like I said, it's clear. Look at my neck. I don't know, look at my neck, my cheeks, the coloring of it's crazy.
That's crazy.
I just see a whole different person.
Yeah, and we'll just flip through a lot of these. We've got a lot of testimonies, you guys, but this just kind of gives you an idea of not just your face, but you've got arms and just all the places.
Legs,
People having their
hands.
hands like they can't do anything, clench anything, and they're kneading dough. It's just it's
Mhm.
great for muscles and joints and so many other different things. That was after surgery. And just for the sake of time, like we definitely want to keep going. But I can't get through all of the products, but we have skincare line, we have health with different protein powders and all the things. But a couple that I do want to focus on is the probio and the prebio. Probiotics, you guys, for my daughter, they wanted to put her on Miralax the rest of her life, and I was like, what now? And I was like, I'm not doing that. And day 3, she was pooping. Yep, I'm talking about poop on screen, and it's recorded because it is a big thing in this country, you guys. And so I have a testimony to that. She's pooping, and she's been pooping for 4 years now. So it's like it's what happens is it has a coating on it, and it gets through, like I want to say 70% of probiotics don't even get past the stomach because of all the acid, because of the coating that's on it. It gets through the stomach and gets into the intestines where we want it to be. So that's pretty powerful. Something that else is listed on here is the Icy Bright. It's great for eyes. We have glutathione is very powerful in the eyes, and so they put together a formula that really helps. And a lot of people are saying if I'm taking that, their eyes aren't as stressed. They can see better in the dark when driving, and there's just a lot of power to that product as well. And Tara, is there anything else that you want to add to different products? But I think we've kind of covered them all. Oh, Pet
I think
Tandem.
we have
Pet Tandem. So
tandem,
it works
our furry
100%.
friends.
Our furry friends. It works in mammals. And so we have seen some pretty powerful things with horses, dogs, cats, what do I want to say? Groundhog. I don't know, all these different animals. And it's like, what now? But we see horses that say, nope, you're not going to be riding anymore. And they're riding and winning races. We've got dogs that are just, getting up where they're jumping on the bed and jumping down, and they're yelping because it hurt. And they're running around and doing all the things. And it's pretty amazing, the different things that we're seeing with animals as well. So we're pretty well rounded when it comes to a company. I can tell you that. So here's where we just kind of talk, best thing you can do is think on it. Think, would you rather come in as a customer or a distributor? We're going to talk a little bit about the business, because a lot of times what we'll find is that people struggle with finances as well. And so for a lot of people, this is a huge blessing to be able to tell other people they're helping other people. Our compensation plan works an amazing way. It's very different than a lot of other companies. And getting where you fit in. That's what we always say. If it's not for you, there's no pressure. But what I can say is that if it's not for you, it probably is for someone that you know and love, because I'm guessing through this whole thing, you were thinking people around you. And so we love referrals too. And that's just kind of how we roll. We just want to help people and we want them to have the information that they have. And so I'll talk about this quick, and then Tara will talk a little bit more about some other things of the business. So we are still a baby company. And at the bottom, as you can see on the bottom left, we're still in the entry level. We are booming right now. We are booming. We've been around for about 20 years. It's a great place to get in, especially with this collagen. And it is something worth looking into. So this, Tara, you can probably take over this slide, but we just wanted to, again, just touch base on this as far as what it's really doing, but blessing families. So go ahead, Tara.
Right. So yeah, we've given you guys a lot of information in the last, I'm looking here, like 40 minutes. I'd say we started at 8:03. So you took in information like drinking out of a fire hydrant. Now you're probably wondering, well, where the heck do I start and what product do I start with? Okay, we're not going to call you out. We're not going to make you ask any weird questions or uncomfortable questions right now. We're going to really, really, really encourage you to connect with the person that invited you to this call. Okay, but I'm also really going to encourage you to just take a listen to what we're going to say next, because our products range in price from $50 to $140 and different types of bundles in between, right? My husband and I joke because like he told me at first, oh, you're on the Cadillac plan and you put me on the used car plan, huh? Because he was only taking the Tri-Synergizer at first and I was taking the Tri-Synergizer, the collagen, the Axial. So he jokes around about that. And I find it kind of funny because when we work our business together now too, he'll reach into his farmer buddy and be like, do you want the Cadillac plan or do you want and I like to call it the Ferrari plan or the used car plan, because both vehicles will get you to where you're going. One of them's going to get you there a little faster. So anyway, I came in as a very, very, very happy customer for 10 months, you guys. I was taking product for 10 months and 87% of our business is super happy customers. Okay. I all of a sudden started collagen and it hit me. God hit me over the head and was like, you're supposed to be sharing your testimony with the world. You're supposed to be helping heal the world. So wrestled with that a little bit, finally said yes. Didn't cost me anything but my products to say yes. So I'm like, I'm taking product already. I might as well buy this kit of products at a huge discounted rate and start sharing it with the world. And it took off crazy. It's bigger than me. It's faster than me. It's all over the place, but we need more people like you guys to help us share this with the world. And with that being said, you can, like I said, you can come in as a happy customer and decide later. Or you can say, to heck with it. I see that huge discount on those different packs of all those products I want anyway. I might as well just be a distributor because I'm going to share it with my husband, share it with my kid, their child, whoever, my aunt, uncle, cousins, friends, family. You're going to make money. You know what I mean? I always say, why not make money? Why not share it, have fun, and make money? You can either share your customer link for $10 or you can share the business and get 40% of that customer's order. That's how I look at it. So yeah, there's different ways you guys can come in. The thing that's so cool though, is there's no monthly fees. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, if I say yes as a distributor, what am I getting, strapped to? Nothing. You can come in as a distributor and get your products discounted and do nothing if you don't want to. We're here to support you guys, whether you want to crawl, walk, run, fly, whatever it is. That's what we're here for. We are a tight-knit community. We like to have fun. We like to change lives. And that's what we have to offer. So these are different rankings. I know it doesn't mean anything to any of you looking right now, but FTC laws say that we have to show you guys what an average income looks like for different levels in the company. And those levels just mean how many lives you've changed, basically. So that's what's cool. But yeah, you guys can come in with just products. This is our elite pack right now. This would be the Cadillac plan right here. You'd come in and get awesome shareable coupon codes to share this with someone you love. You get your own personal website, you get your back office, you get the LifeVantage app, you have a chance at unassigned customers, you guys. There's so many people around the world right now just going to lifevantage.com and placing an order because they want to start their activation journey. They heard about it from someone, they're just going to do it, no questions asked. Well, those customers become orphaned. And people like myself, Jamie, Aaron, my mom is on this call. All of us that came in with an elite pack, we get these customers unassigned to us. It's like free money. We didn't even hardly have to do work for it because they need to be assigned to somebody. What am I not hitting on? I'm talking a mile a minute.
You're doing great.
I don't know, like 80, like I said, 87% of our business is happy customers. But as a business owner now and me running this business, I didn't realize how much it would bless my family, me being a stay-at-home mom. I didn't realize how isolated I was as a stay-at-home mom, and I needed community. And I also am like excited about the income that I'm bringing in for my family as well, and the lives that I'm changing. So,
And I think
80% of our business is happy customers as well, right? Is that how we say it? Or
Yep.
no, 80% of our
80%.
business is return customers. So once I start getting people activated and I work with them like this call we're doing tonight, I tell them, you know, what products to start on, how it, what they should expect to feel, see, and do moving forward. Well, those people return the next month, and then they return the next month, because activation, once you start this, you guys, is something you're not going to want to quit.
exactly.
Plain
And
and
that
simple.
turns
I'm
into
taking these.
leverage
Oh, go
income, I
ahead.
think. We're
Yeah,
talking
is where I'm going,
leveraging.
right?
Yep.
Sure. But like, you
So-
don't want to stop taking these products, because we're cleaning up ourselves. And once you stop cleaning up yourself, then you're going to start damaging them again.
Yep. And we want to be a product of the product. You know, I can't sell a product. My personal opinion, I guess you could. But you know, I've tried everything except the pet tandem. I know it smells like chicken and my dogs like it with peanut butter, but I'm not going to try that one. Everything else I've tried. You know, I don't love every product. You know, that's
Yeah.
just, you know, and that's okay. But you do know what you love, you do know what you like, and you know, you figure out what's going to work with your body.
I do want to talk a little bit like that hair
Yep.
care system though, you guys, though. We have a NRF2 activated hair care system, and I have so many people reaching out to me asking me about that, because it has blessed a lot of people with hair regrowth, especially those of you that maybe lost hair, like Jamie said, after COVID, or those of you that just have a condition where you're losing hair or thinning hair. People have seen real results. And I was like, activated hair care, like whatever, but I got it in my kit and I started using it. And I was like, okay, shiny, healthy looking hair. Goodbye to all of my other products. Yeah, so, but I don't love everything either. And you don't have to love everything. It's just important, like Jamie said, to try it. So you can tell people about it, what it feels like, what it smells like, what it tastes like.
Yeah. And something that I personally, and I think a lot of people that are, you know, on our team and working hard to share this with people, is something I didn't realize at the time, you know, 4 years ago, where I was in a tough place and I didn't realize how, you know, sick I really was. I mean, I did, but I didn't realize that there were people willing to stand by my side. This family of what we have, and building a legacy within not only LifeVantage, but building a legacy to help others. The mentorship, you guys, is something that we haven't touched on as much, but they literally say, give it 2 to 5 years for the business. And you do, if you're coachable, willing to try new things, and being able to just basically walk through what we have laid out, what they have paved the way for, you can do this business. You know, I'm up here, you know, trying to figure out my computer and push and record. And it's like, I, you know what? I'm trying my best, right? But you know what? The beauty of that is that I have a team that's going to be there supporting me, and there's people willing to stick up for other people, and we do this together. We build this. Oh, it's just an amazing, amazing thing that I didn't realize I needed community in my life. And that is a huge part of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it with Tera and others, because it's the hands and feet. Like, we're helping so many people, and that truly is a blessing. And so our company does the same thing. They have this legacy thing where they go through and they help other people and different things, and get food boxes and all the like. I mean, it's just pretty amazing at different conventions and things that our company does. So, like, you know, we're in a lot of different countries, which the video kind of talked about, and that's just getting bigger and bigger. And like we said in the beginning, like, if this isn't for you, that's okay. We're fine with that. We are not pushy. We will follow up with you. We will follow up with, you know, some more videos, some more things. If you want information more, like, we have a lot. So we will get you hooked up. And then if you're figuring out, hey, where do I start? What do I take? All those different types of things as well. Like, we will help you get that and find where you fit in. That is ultimately our goal. And we just really appreciate you taking the time. And we keep saying we want to get this shorter. It is very hard to get it short because we have so much information. But if you hear it all in one place, it's so much better than being able to, you know, pinpoint like, oh, what's this and this and this. So we appreciate you guys staying on and getting the information. I don't know if Tara wanted to add anything to that.
I don't think so. I totally forgot to tell people how awesome you are though. Oh my gosh. And the fact that I get to talk to you every single day now. I only
We do.
dreamt about this before when I worked for someone else. I only dreamt about like doing something that I love and that I'm passionate about and picking the people that you get to work with.
Right.
And that's what this is, we're just
Yeah,
like
it is.
friends become family here. And I totally feel that. So,
Yes,
and
yes.
you're awesome, Jamie. I've just
You're
been
awesome.
so blessed to be led by you. So
You're like my bestie I didn't know about. It was really cool. The first time I met you, I was like, oh my gosh, we're so similar. But yeah,
Yep.
honestly, guys, I keep saying it, but thank you for coming on and, learning, getting the information
Mhm.
and learning
Being
is pretty,
open.
is being open to something. Because a lot of
Mhm.
times we're kind of a society where we're closed-minded. So I appreciate that as well. So again, we'll be
Yep.
in contact and appreciate your time. You guys have a good night.
Night.